Hello and welcome. This is Inspireme Media Network. Today to inspire us, we have Mr. Femi Austine. Mr. Femi Austine, Business Day describes as a mold breaker in the real estate industry. He's the founder and CEO of Landbricks Homes. Welcome to the show, Mr. Femi.
Thank you very much.
Please, can you tell the viewers briefly about yourself?
Okay, like you said, I'm Femi Austine, and I'm the CEO of Landbricks Properties Investment Limited. As of the time of this interview, the company is a fresh company, but it has been building for the past 7 years. We've been in the industry for the past 7 years, and right now, we think we are good to come out and serve the public in the best way we can.
Good, awesome. So you believe you've paid your dues?
Exactly.
And you've mastered the ropes in the industry?
For every business person, you have to start as a worker.
Sure.
To understand the nitty-gritty of the business, and now I feel I've paid my dues and it's time to serve the public.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Welcome, Mr. Femi.
Thank you very much.
To start our discussion today, we would like to talk about the risks, the attendant risks in investing in real estate in Nigeria.
Okay, risk varies from person to person. What's a risk to you is not a risk to me, might not be a risk to me. So what you call a risk, I might not call it a risk. It's a function of a gap in knowledge. It's what you don't know that you would term as risk. But if you gain understanding in that section, in that area of investment, it's no longer a risk to you.
True of knowledge and risks that you're talking about, are you saying there is no risk at all? If you have all the knowledge, then there's no risk.
I believe you can reduce the level of risk with the level of knowledge that you have. The more knowledge you have, the lesser the risk you take. So it's a function of knowledge. If you want to go into real estate investments, you have to know some things. You have to know to an extent the nitty-gritty about the investment. So some people know that they don't have the time to carry out due diligence about what they want to do. So they get a lawyer and they pay for that service. So it's the job of the lawyer to now carry out the due diligence about the investment. There are several risks. If it's like I said, it's a function of knowledge. If you don't have the knowledge it takes to invest, and then you can fall into what I call investment ditch. There are several risks. You can buy into property that has no title. If you don't ask questions, how would you know? And it is not limited to asking questions. You have to go to the extent of going to the Ministry of Lands and Survey to find out everything that they have told you about. Don't forget that the people that want to sell to you will say anything to sell.
You got the money.
So it is your responsibility bringing the money from your hard-earned money from your pocket. Then you have to make sure that you ask questions. You go to Ministry of Lands, you consult your lawyer and ask several questions. Okay, he should go ahead and do those stuff for you if you are a busy type. So there are several risks. There are some properties that, okay, you buy into an area that even in the next 10 years is not developing. And then they are going to tell you that the property is going to develop in the next 2 years.
That
and
the
then
fourth mainland bridge is coming there.
The fourth mainland bridge is coming there. In the next 2 years, you'll be cashing out like 10 times of what you have invested. You shouldn't just believe in what people are saying. In those things they are saying, there are truths. Right? There are truths. And in those things they are saying, there are things that you might have to see for yourself, because everybody's strength in investing differs. Some have strength for long-term investment, some have strength for short-term investment. So you have to know all these things. Don't just go into it blindfolded and be thinking that, oh, you have invested. So it's a function of knowledge.
Awesome. It's a function of knowledge. Knowledge covers the risk.
Exactly.
Let's take a commercial break and we'll be back. Okay, welcome back, viewers. Like we said earlier, we have Mr. Femi on set to inspire us, and I'm already feeling inspired.
Thank you.
So, Mr. Femi, you were saying that the risk is not, knowing the risk is not as important as getting knowledge. That the more knowledge you have, the more the risk is diminished.
Yes.
Yes, awesome. So, what kind of knowledge does someone need to acquire to be able to invest gamefully in real estate?
Okay, the first thing is the purpose for which you're buying the property. The purpose for which you're buying the property will direct you and let you know the kind of things you need to know about the property. So, if, for example, if you are investing as a commercial property, you're buying a property for a commercial purpose, you need to ask questions about the environment for which environment where you are buying the property, and you need to know the company you are buying from. These are the risks now. You need to know the companies you are buying from. You need to know how genuine the company is, and then you need to know the title of the land. If it's government acquisition, it has, fine. Has it been gazetted? Because in Lagos State right now, if you say acquisition in progress, it's not a title.
It's not.
Even if you say a land has been excised, has it been gazetted? Has government published the acquisition? So this is one of the knowledge. And then if it's CFO, you need to find out where's the CFO file number. You need to go to the Ministry of Lands and Survey to find out this. So knowing all these things will reduce the level of risk. Know for sure that life itself is a risk.
Yeah, so you were talking about the risk in titles, whether the government has announced an acquisition. Yeah, so is it even possible for an acquisition to happen and the government goes back on it? Why is it very important that it's gazetted?
It is not impossible. This is government. The law says all lands belong to the government. Even land that has CFO. Sometimes when government has a need for that land, they call for it, even though they compensate the owners of the land. So not to talk of a property that has excision and has not been gazetted. It's not impossible. When the land has been excised, the word excised means that the government has given back the authority, the ownership of that property back to the family. Back to the family that has been living in that settlement for a long time. So, but government takes a step further by publishing the list of excision. So it's the major people don't know this. They just believe that okay, when a property has excision, that's all. Sometimes you still have to ask further questions and finding out that okay, has this been gazetted or has it been published by the government? Okay, what's the company doing about to elevate the title even to CFO or governance council and all that?
Okay. So apart from the knowledge of title, which every investor or would-be investor should get, what other thing does an investor need to know to be able to gain from real estate?
Okay, that's the knowledge of the direction of development. So another thing you need to know is the direction of development. Where are people investing right now? So I can tell you for sure that Ibejuleki is the fastest growing corridor in West Africa, and it's not because of the land itself. You know, people invested. There are three reasons why people invest in land. It's what's beneath it, what's the land itself, and what's above it. So, but in Ibejuleki, which is the fastest growing corridor in West Africa, why are people investing in Ibejuleki? Of course, it's because of the infrastructure. Because of the project government is doing there, and what government is doing there, what Dangote is doing there, has already attracted a lot of private investors, a lot of private developers there. So this knowledge will channel your direction. You won't go to, I don't want to mention other places to the market. Yeah, exactly. So, but you have to gain this knowledge so that you don't invest in places where 10 years to come, it's not really appreciating. Yeah. Not like it don't appreciate. Real estate does not depreciate. It does not depreciate. It's just the rate of appreciation that differs from places to places.
Okay. So knowledge of the title, knowledge of the
trend.
Okay. Is there any other knowledge we need to acquire, in your opinion, to be able to?
Well, for now, that's.
Yeah. So of course. So people have talked about investing in, this thing we say about trend is about speculation. At some point, people speculated that Lagos was moving towards Mowe, so people rushed to invest in Mowe. Of course, resources are limited. Some other people went Ajah axis, and the people in Ajah axis seemed to start gaining faster than the people that headed towards Mowe. But like you said, real estate does not depreciate.
It doesn't depreciate.
It always appreciates. The issue is the pace of appreciation. How fast do you get your return? Okay. So that's it for today on this show. Real estate will not depreciate. Don't be afraid of the risks. Get the knowledge. Invest in real estate. Get the knowledge you require, and the risk will disappear. Till next time, stay inspired.